Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Obviously today we're going to be talking about Liu Kang and Madame Bo and how well they work together. As usual, if you guys like the video, please drop a like on the video so you're spreading my content throughout YouTube. If you have any comments, leave them down in the comments down below, or any questions, I'm happy to answer you within 24 hours. And of course, please, if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. That's enough channel stuff. Let's get on to it. Before I quickly talk about Madame Bo specifics, I want to say that Madame Bo, I've made a video previously just on Madame Bo explaining some weaknesses that she has, especially something to do with the same frame damage bug, or what some people call damage skipping, I think they called it. So if you want to check that out, that's on the top right hand corner of the screen right now. It basically has a disadvantage, like 71% of the cameo cast can do it, and she's part of the 29% that cannot do that extra damage. So if you're interested in knowing about that, definitely click on the video in the corner of the screen. But let's get on to Madame Bo specifics. Now, what are the passives she gives you? Like some other cameos, for example, they give you extra health, they give you less health, they might have an invincible wake up. Madame Bo doesn't give you anything. Madame Bo does not take away health. She also doesn't give you health. In the same essence, she also doesn't have an invincible wake up. If she does have an invincible wake up, it is not listed in the move lists anywhere. I don't know why I'm playing Sub-Zero. But as you can see, if I go through the entire move list, there is no invincible wake up. So unless they have done something wrong in the menus, which is very possible because it's NetherRealm Studios, but I didn't find a single invincible wake up for this character. Now let's get on to the nitty gritty and the first move of today, which is going to be the bottle toss. Now, bottle toss is done by simply just hitting cameo. As you can see, it has a pretty lengthy wind up. Now, in terms of how can you use this move, I'm going to be totally honest, this move is not great for Liu Kang. It might be great for some other characters, but it is not great for Liu Kang. Now, I'm sure you noticed that this is an ambush. This is an ambush move, so you can walk back and forth and do whatever you want during it. So, there's no limitations in that aspect. But let's talk about how we use the bottle toss. Now, we use the bottle toss in terms of damage. Now, the easiest way for me to explain this is in the corner. Now, the bottle toss is used for these scenarios. Combos that have the opponent already airborne, and you have not used much gravity scaling up, okay? I want to reiterate that if you go to extend a grounded string into bottle toss, it does not work. So let me see, yeah, the computer's on auto. So if I try and do a string into bottle toss into maybe back to 3 to launch them, it is not going to work. Even if I did it like this. As you can see, the computer and the opponent can block as soon as possible. There is no jailing in this instance, and there's no keeping the combo going. Like I said, this only works for opponents that are already airborne, and it's great for combos, and the best way to use it is for combos that don't use much gravity scaling as is. As the example I'm about to show you. As you can see, I only used 1 bar and half a cameo meter, which is the bottle toss, and we got about 51%. Very nice damage for Liu Kang. Other than that, if you wanted to do a normal combo in comparison, I'll quickly show you guys. Right, you're getting about, 4% more. So it's a big increase there, and it's actually not that hard to use, especially if you're doing back to 3 combos in the corner all the time, in like basically a mid-screen or anywhere all the time. So you guys are not going to struggle with that. Remember, you only use it in combos that have the opponent already airborne, and it hasn't used a lot of gravity scaling yet. Do not use this move for grounded combos, okay? One thing I also want to clear up. Some people are under the notion that this move is good for on-block pressure. Okay, so here we have some examples of why bottle toss on block is a terrible idea. Please do not use it. Now, obviously you can have the longest jailing effect of Liu Kang doing forward 4-3 into flying kick, and then use bottle toss. This does not work. It also doesn't work after any other special move, just because it never jails. As you can see, I just completely ducked it. And you can even punish Liu Kang. I'm going to do this at a later timing. It doesn't matter. Even later. And even later yet again. That one is a little bit tough to time. Sorry, I'll do it one more time. Even if, like, for example, I'm struggling to punish him on a super late timing, you can also still just do this. You can still down one punish him. So this strategy just does not work, right? So please do not use bottle toss as Liu Kang on block. It is a terrible move on block. You're going to get punished for it every single time if your opponent knows about this. Which if they've watched this video, you're going to have a terrible time, obviously. So let's move on to the next move. Our next move that we're going to talk about is back kameo. Now, as you can see, it is a low. This uses half a kameo meter, as you can see on the top left-hand side of the screen, with Madame Bo's kameo meter. And if you look at the frame data, this move is extremely minus at -21, so it is fully punishable. Do not use this move on block, I beg you. It also has a very slow startup, which means it can be armored. So this is a super unsafe move to use on block. Never use it on block. But what is it good for? And we're about to see. So if you have no meter, this is the best option for you to spend half a kameo meter in your combo and get some good damage. For example, if I open the opponent up with 3-3 and I want to spend half a kameo meter on my combo, I can do 3-3 back kameo, back 2-3, 3-3-3, flying kick. That is the best way to use back kameo. Similarly, if I do it with forward 4, right, I'm probably going to miss this, but you can jump there. You can forward dash and cancel your forward dash into a forward jump and get a jump 1-3-4, which also gets you some extra damage, and you guys will see that in the combo section. So that is how you use back kameo in your combos. Another way to use back kameo in your combos is to recapture the opponent. Now, this is best used in the corner again. So, for example, if I do a very lengthy combo, let's say we do a meterless back 2-3 combo in the corner, right? Optimally. I can do this, and I keep the combo going, and I get 45.2 instead of what would have I gotten. That was a mouthful, but I would have only got less than 40%. So that is a scenario in which you would want to use back kameo to recapture the opponent and get a nice 3-3-3 and a flying kick. Makes that nice and easy. Also the most damage you can get. Also, I've experimented a lot, as many times as I could. No matter how you use back kameo, you cannot get a jump 1-3-4 after it, which is really sad because like, it would have been really cool. I'm pretty sure you can get a jump kick, yeah, like that. But that's only if you haven't used any gravity in the combo already, which obviously you're going to do because you're Liu Kang. You can use gravity as much as you want, pretty much, because that's how your moves work. Now, let's talk about an extension of back kameo, which is back kameo and kameo. So, she's going to slide underneath the opponent, then you hit the kameo button, which you gotta do to a timing. And she punches the opponent about 6 times. Never mind, it's 7 times. So she punches the opponent 7 times, and what happens here is the last knock will hit the opponent back towards you. I'm gonna be totally honest, back cameo into cameo is completely useless because it uses an entire cameo meter. And even though you can hit the opponent at the same time with 3-3 and get as much damage as possible, it is not as good as the next option I'm going to talk about. So, in short, how are you going to use back cameo? You're going to use back cameo at your like grounded confirms, like this, right? And then you're going to use it in combos to recapture the opponent in the corner, pretty much. And that is it. You are not to use back cameo into cameo. This move is a total waste. And now we're going to talk about front cameo. Now, front cameo is a pretty decent move, I'm not going to lie, on block. Okay, so I'm going to put the opponent on block here. And if you do any string into front cameo, this applies for pretty much all the characters in the game. Instead of the move being unsafe, it will now be safe at -1. Now, you can see the startup is 8 frames, but that's actually not quite right. It's actually a bit longer than that. It's actually so much longer that the opponent can just armor you. So, I'm going to put Sub-Zero here on Mr. What do you call it? In his slide. There we go. And if I do it, you can see I'm going to get armored no matter what I do here. So, I highly recommend kind of not doing this with Liu Kang. But listen, if you want to try and hit the opponent off guard with a forward cameo, you can totally do it. And if you have an unsafe string on usually another character, because all of Liu Kang's strings are pretty much safe, you can literally just do any string into forward 1. Now, Liu Kang has a lot of safe strings, so like I said, you obviously don't need this, right? You also have this, you have this, which is not harmable at all. You have this is safe. Everything on Liu Kang is safe. So, forward cameo is not amazing on him, but you can use it if you want to. But, let's talk about the extension of front cameo, which is going to be front cameo into cameo. And this is where your best full cameo combo option comes in. Now, this is for grounded combos only, obviously. So if I open the opponent up with a 1-2, I can go straight into forward cameo. And then I extend it with cameo. Sorry about that. And then, as you can see, the opponent gets launched. During this time, you are free to do anything. So the first part of it is a stance move, and then the second part, which is the cameo extension, is an ambush move, which means if you do something like this, you can move and kick the opponent at the same time, and you get quite a bit of damage for it. Now obviously you can, you know, extend the damage in a whole bunch of ways. Right, as you can see, that's 49% for full cameo in 2 bars. It's not bad. It's obviously not the best in the game, but that's what Madame Bo has to offer you with the front cameo, and the front cameo follow-up being cameo. Okay, so now we're going to talk about pretty much the longest part of Madame Bo's kit, which is called drink service. Now, as you can see, drink service is this move here, and it's down cameo. Down cameo basically gets Madame Bo to bring out a drinking tray. Let's talk about some of these things first. Now, as you can see, she only stays around for a certain amount of time, and then she will naturally go away. If she gets hit, she will go on a cooldown, and then she will regenerate her cameo meter if she has used any. Let's talk about some of the moves that you get from drink service. First, with a bottle. So, you use obviously down cameo, and then you can use back cameo. What does this look like? It looks like a really high arced short bottle throw. It pretty much goes medium distance, and it's used as short, but it's a medium distance throw, and it has a really high arc to it. Alternatively, you have a forward cameo option after down cameo, which is a full screen bottle throw. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, what the hell is the difference between me just pressing kameo and me pressing down kameo into this? And I am about to astound you and amaze. I'm kidding, it's probably not. But remember how I said before that if I did a string into bottle throw and tried to continue the combo, it doesn't work. So, right, it doesn't work. But if I do this using the drink service into a bottle throw, it does work. And as you can see, I got a lot of damage, all 46% damage from half a kameo meter, and I used no bar. This is your highest damage combo option. Let me reiterate though, this is the only way you can extend your grounded combos into another string. So, like I said before, if I do this with a normal bottle throw, it doesn't work, right? But if I use drink service, it does work, right? And the best thing about the drink service bottle is that it uses up no gravity if the opponent stays on the ground, which is how all grounded moves work. So you get the damage of a normal bottle toss, but you get to keep the combo going. And that is really important. Now, in terms of how to do this, in the mid-screen, the only way to do this is off forward 4-3. And the way you do it is you press forward 4, then kameo. Or should I say forward 4, then down kameo. That's the quickest way to get Madame Bo out. So it's almost like you have to preemptively know that you're going to use it. Right? You can obviously combo off low fireball, but you guys will see that in the combo section. But this is how to do it. Forward 4, then down kameo, press 3 to finish the string, and then you're going to either do a high fireball or low fireball, and you're gonna get Madame Bo to do the drink service bottle toss, the back one, right? So put it all together, it looks something like this, right? So everything has to be pressed quite quickly, right? And make sure you dash towards the opponent, otherwise your back 2-3 is not going to land. Now, in the corner though, this is obtainable with any string, as long as your fingers are quick enough to do this, which obviously I found this out, and obviously my fingers are just, and my brain is not working. So there you go, you can do it off your 6-frame punish. You can also do it off your highest damage punish. Now, you are going to see that when I do this in the corner, instead of the bottle being thrown and arcing upwards into the opponent, then hitting them eventually, it sort of looks like Madame Bo is just hitting them on the head with the bottle, which is technically what she does, but it still counts as a projectile. Now, you're probably saying, what's the difference of whether it counts as a projectile or not? We'll talk about that in a bit. But the most important thing is that you delay the timing of the bottle throw this time, because when we are doing it mid-screen, we have to input it quite early, right, for it to work. But when we do it in the corner, we have to delay it considerably. That way, instead of whiffing the throw, because this is what it looks like if you do it too early. See, it's too early, and then she just throws the bottle and it misses him completely. So, and if you do it too late, it also does the same thing. As you can see, if you do it too late, she also just whiffs. So, just delay it a little bit after you've done your fireball, whether it's high or low, and then hit the opponent with a bottle, like so. just like that, and you can continue the combo. Now, in the corner, it doesn't matter if you use the back version or the front version. It doesn't matter. As long as the timing is all good, you will get the hit no matter what. As you can see, I use the front kameo version that time. I messed up the combo, but you guys get the point. You can use either bottle throw in the corner with bottle toss. You just have to delay it a little bit. Drink service is the most amount of damage you can get. Keep that in mind. Mid-screen only works off forward 4, but in the corner works off all strings. In the mid-screen, off forward 4, your fingers have to be pretty quickly and you have to input everything pretty early for the bottle to hit the opponent so you can follow up the combo. In the corner, you have to delay it, okay? So keep that in mind, all those sorts of things. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth, just a few minutes ago, maybe even a minute ago, I said, this counts as a projectile even though it looks like it's just hitting them in the head with a bottle. And that's because if there's an anti-zoning move in play, this move doesn't work. That's the normal bottle toss, right? Even if I did the drink service bottle toss and the forward version, right? So I'm going to stand here. I still don't get hit by it. Now, if she does the forward version, it still doesn't work. Now you're probably saying, well, she's thrown the bottle and it's left her hand. So if it stays in her hand, does it make a difference? I'm going to tell you, it does not. It just straight up doesn't work. And just remember that specifically for Sub-Zero kameo, here's an ambush move. Which means if he sees you call this out, he can just avoid it. And it's literally not going to do anything to the opponent, so keep that in mind as well. So let's talk about the most disappointing part of playing Madame Bo and Liu Kang, and I'm sure you guys can hear the devastation in my voice. Now, we're still using the drink service move, but we're not using the bottles anymore. We're actually using the drinking moves, which is down kameo and then down kameo again. Now, you can drink as many times as you want till she has lost all the items on the tray, and as you can see, each time you drink you get one drink counter on the top left hand side of the screen, up to a maximum of 3. Okay, let's talk about what one counter gets you, right? So instead of doing that, let me just put one counter on. When you get to one counter, you get a move which is like an enhanced dash. Now, if you use the enhanced dash in neutral to go forward, it is down forward kameo. I don't know why he didn't do it. Just like that. Now, you can also use it to go backwards. Just like that as well. And as you can see, it doesn't require anything, it just takes away one of your drink counters. However, one of the cool things that they showed off is that you can use this to cancel strings into other strings. So for example, you can cancel 3-3 into back 2-3. But as you're going to see, 2 things have happened. One, the combo is not worth a lot. And I don't know if you guys caught it, I'll do it again. The bottom left hand side of my screen, as you can see, I have lost 1 bar of super meter for this. I don't know why NRS thought this was a great idea, but this completely nerfs the amount of damage you can do. Not only does this scale really hard for Liu Kang, but it also costs meter. If this was a free resource, and it just took away your drink counter, it would be fine. But I'm going to say, you are never going to use this move as Liu Kang. You are never going to cancel a string into another string. It is not going to happen. Similarly, you cannot cancel out of a special move, right? As you guys can see, I'm doing it. I'm going to do the forward version. It is not going to work. Even if I do this, it doesn't work. So it doesn't work for special moves, only works for strings. Which means it's supposed to be used for combos only, and when you do the combo with Liu Kang, it completely sucks because the damage scaling is so high and it drains your meter. So, long story short, do not use the move that lets you cancel your strings. It's terrible. We're going to talk about what happens when you have 2 drink counters. First of all, you're going to see that Liu Kang gets hit by an animation and he looks very drunk. Now, this doesn't stop you, even though it says unblockable, you can block straight away and you can block before it and nothing will happen, right? So this doesn't affect gameplay, it's just an animation thing that happens. Don't worry, it will never catch you off guard unless there's a huge bug in the game, and NRS get on that immediately if it is. But what do you get when you use 2 drink counters? So you drank from Madame Beau's drink service tray twice. What happens? You now get a move in the air, and basically when you jump, you press up kameo, and you do a Bo Raicho belly flop, and you launch the opponent. It is an overhead. In most scenarios that I've seen this usually wins air-to-airs as well. So it is good for that. However, this move in substitute of a combo is terrible. This also scales super hard. So even when I was mucking around, let's just say we do a normal back 2-3 combo, right? 34.3. If I cancelled into this, it's terrible, right? We can't do that, but what if even I did this, right? You straight up don't have enough time. You just straight up don't have enough time for a follow-up. And that just whiffs. So, the higher Liu Kang is when he performs this, the worse the recovery is going to be in a combo. So do not use this move in combos either. Do not use this move, period, unless you're going to try and win an air-to-air. So if the opponent jumps and I jump, and I do this, yeah, sure, I won, and then I get a bit of damage as a bit of an anti-air air-to-air. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But in terms of using this move in combos, it's terrible. Do not use it. It uses up too much gravity, too much combo scaling. What is going on with Liu Kang's face? Let's move on to the next move. Now, as you guys can see, Liu Kang is now at 3 drink counters, which means you have drank from Madame Beau's table 3 times and you haven't used any of the previous mentioned moves, nor have you used this move. So, this move that we're going to talk about is very unique. This move lets you use up kameo on the ground, and you vomit all over the opponent, just like Bo Raicho used to do in some old games. This is an okay version to extend your grounded combos. For example, 3-3, up kameo, back 2-3, 3-3-3, flying kick. Not bad damage, considering that you used absolutely no meter. However, notice when I use this move, I lose all of my drink counters, which means you're setting up a drink of maybe 2 or 3 combos off your entire game, so maybe over 2 rounds, just to get this. Just to get this. It's not a lot. I highly advise not going for this at all. So if you haven't noticed, I've told you not to use any of the drinking moves because they all suck for Liu Kang. But if you want to use them, I'm still going through them anyway. Like I said, you're going to use them for grounded combos just like this, and then there's extension. This has its own predetermined gravity, as you can see. So it has already launched the opponent by the time I've hit back 2-3. Okay? So it has that extra bit of combo scaling to it. So keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind with this is it does not restand the opponent. I thought it'd be really cool if it did, and as you can see, it totally just whips the opponent. The opponent can get up, block it, and yeah, it's not great. Now, what does this move look like on block, right? So do this. you can see that is totally unsafe, so do not use this move on block either. Let's quickly talk about the last thing, which is going to be how to set up the drink counters for Liu Kang. Even though I advise you guys not to, you still might want to use these moves. So the best way to do it is in the mid screen, and this is not a guaranteed setup. I must reiterate, it's not a guaranteed setup. Characters like Sub-Zero are going to punish you on wake up. This does not work against these types of characters, so I'm going to show you an instance of where it does work and an instance of where it does not work. So we're going to use Sub-Zero here. We're going to do back 2-3, back 2-3 into 3, down kameo 2, and then drink. This works against some characters, not all. You're going to see it doesn't work against Sub-Zero. As you see, Sub-Zero doesn't even have to armor, he can just make it with ice slide from full screen and punish you. As you guys are going to see, this is going to work against Johnny Cage. So yeah, if you really wanted to, you could use the cancel, which I thought is a terrible move, but if you want to use it, you totally can. And that is how you would set it up. Now, this also doesn't work against teleporting characters, so it doesn't work against Sub-Zero, it doesn't work against teleporting characters, especially like Scorpion, because Scorpion can just wake up, teleport, and punish you. Ermac can wake up, teleport, punish you for a full combo, so don't do it against those characters, but you can do it against Johnny Cage, maybe a character that doesn't have like a full screen armored move or a teleport, you know, that will work as well. So yeah, just keep those things in mind when we talk about, or when we go to use the drink counter setups. And yeah, that's all of Madame Bo's kit with Liu Kang. My overall opinion of this team is that it is not very high on the tier list. I will say that for sure. It's definitely not S, definitely not A. Maybe A minus. I'm gonna have a look through it in a closer detail, but if I was to like quickly determine and judge now, yeah, it's Madame Bo is definitely not one of the better cameos for Liu Kang. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please drop a like on the video. It helps me spread my content through YouTube. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer you within 24 hours. And please subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. We stream, we make videos. We're trying to launch at least one video every fortnight for MK, and then there's one video every fortnight for another game. We cover multiple games on the channel, so don't panic. When you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, you get notified every time I drop a video and every time I go live. If I go live with another game that is not MK1, don't panic, I haven't abandoned MK1. We're still playing it, we're still making content on it, we just play some other games too. What are the games we play, however? We play MK1, of course, we play Dead by Daylight, we play Marvel Rivals, we are going to get back into Siege X, and we're also going to start very soon getting into some Age of Mythology, which is going to be very new for the channel. And I hope to see you guys on one of the live streams. Pop in, say hi. I really appreciate it when you guys do. It's get to know the community a little bit more. I also have polls every time I have a live stream and a video come out, so you guys can definitely check all those sorts of things out too. Just sort of fun community building type thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys enjoy the combos, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers, thank you so much for watching.